Hi everyone, I'm Axley. I'm an OC artist who wants you to care about his OCs. Today I'm going to be doing an OC prompt challenge by Baby Carrot Art. I'd like to mention that there will be sensitive topics in this video, though they will be mentioned beforehand, and there will be timestamps so that you can skip it if you are uncomfortable with those topics. So for the base, I made like a dress-up doll. The anatomy is not that good, but I think I captured what I wanted to capture pretty well. You can go see this video to have more info on the character, but if you don't want to, here's a summary about Alex. Alex is 5'8", 5'9"-ish. He's 22, Belgian, and trans mask. He's a uni student who is obsessed with Spider-Man, and he's always listening to music on his MP3. He is a hater on modern art, like you know those weird exposition things? Yeah, well, he hates that. He would literally go to the expositions just to hate. He would be like, oh my god, it was so much better in the old times. The people of the 20th century don't remember art, Da Vinci and all that stuff. I wouldn't say I have a preference for my OCs, but Alex, I love his design, his lore, he's so fun. Though Matt is better with like the outfits, Alex is really fun to draw, and he's kind of my favorite child. It's more a fight between Matt and Alex for my favorite child, because Carlin, nobody likes Carlin, but that's not my. I'm not really proud of this piece, the proportion and the hand, the eyes, the hair, the clothes, everything. I really did not like it. So let's not talk about the drawing part and instead talk about the character itself. This character was part of my Gacha series, The Melody Makers. The plot was basically a few kids at a music summer camp before the pandemic. This guy is Jess. His parents are not supportive of his transgender at all, and he didn't even come out. He was also essayed by his boyfriend this time, whom he met in episode 5 of the series, which is absolutely discontinued because I stopped Gacha, fortunately. Before we start this speed paint, I would like to mention that I forgot to draw the formal outfit, but let's just say that the school uniform is pretty formal, so let's count them as both, because I'm lazy to draw a formal outfit. So Alex old school was pretty conservative and all that, so the girls just wore short skirts and tight shirts. When he was in high school, he didn't have many friends, except for Carlin, obviously. So he would just hang out next to him when Carlin was with his friends. He was a bit of a loner, because Carlin was like laughing at him, but he stayed because he had literally no one. I'm sorry for you, Alex. Why did I make you have that backstory? So sorry. Yeah, he's my favorite child, so it makes me kind of sad when I remember that Carlin hurt him like that. But yeah, we're done with the speed paint, so let's move on to the next. Now, for the PJs, he loves comfort, so he's always in the classic baggy chest pattern pants. Obviously, he also has the Spider-Man t-shirt on, because why not? He loves Spider-Man anyways. He gets all his clothes from a thrift store in like the nichest place in town. He also doesn't have socks on because he walks barefoot inside his house. His PJs are pretty boring, and they're inspired by me because I only sleep in a t-shirt or in winter with a shitty Christmas pants kind of thing. So I didn't have much ideas for the design. Just googled trans mask PJs. I really did that. Then I googled Spider-Man PJs. So it was a pretty easy drawing, pretty easy design, but I really like it, and it's very much canon. I really did not feel like drawing a furry, so I made him a cockatoo. I think that's how it's pronounced. Because some time ago, I tried to make a little art piece for Carlin and Alex's relationship. So I got an idea. Carlin is obviously some kind of snake. So I Googled, what do snakes eat? It said a few things, but it said birds. So I Googled what birds do snakes eat. I again got a few options, but I chose what matched with Alex's personality better, a cockatoo. When I colored, I chose some more warm tones like brown and beige and orange. I also put some freckles on there because that's Alex's main feature. I really like how it turned out. At first it kind of looked like a vanilla chocolate kind of thing. I managed to take it to a point where I really loved the aesthetic I did. I love the brown, the beige, and the colors. The freckles made him look like such a cutie patootie. I just couldn't resist that. This next prompt contains mentions of essay, so if you're uncomfortable with that, please skip to this timestamp. When Alex was younger, he was essayed by his uncle, which is really horrible. This piece is set when, for the first time, his uncle sexually assaulted him. He was around 10 years old, and he was at a family party, like Christmas or something. His uncle got a few drinks and asked him to go upstairs. After a few minutes, he did go upstairs, and when he did, he found his uncle in his bedroom. After that, some not so fun things happened, but good news, I killed his uncle. Well, I didn't, but I made someone kill his uncle, canonly, so that's a good news. Fuck you, Alex's uncle. Nobody likes you, and I'm really glad you're dead. No, just no. I really hate this piece. I did not take my time on it. It's canon, but it's really ugly, so let's not talk about it. In most movies, TV shows, and all that, the Europeans have like red scarves with like the red strings at the end. I also put a little Wolverine kind of jacket on there because that's manly, and I wanted him to have at least a little bit of gender euphoria. Those black jeans aren't very accurate to the 2000s, but I wasn't gonna give him like tatted, skinny jeans or whatever. My sister also made the comparison that he looked like Sasha from Attack of Titans, which I do see, and it upsets me because I did not want to do that. But he also does look like the basic European man. Because I made him feel good about himself earlier, I will not make him suffer. Basically, this is a short character interaction where Matt dressed him in his clothing. Matt has kind of a McBling aesthetic, you know, all pink, and leopard patterns, which is very much the opposite of Alex's. Alex hates patterns. He prefers like t-shirts and baggy pants. It's kind of more laid back, comfy, lazy. He's not mad at Matt. He just hates this style a lot, and like it makes him feel so much gender dysphoria. But he loves Matt too much to tell him like he doesn't like it, you know. I had this really silly idea that Teresa, who is Matt's sister, and Alex really liked each other in a romantic way. I'm not sure if it's canon or not yet, but I decided that if it were canon, she would be his favorite person ever in the entire world, universe, galaxy things. I want to do this piece because it's a bit symbolic. I don't know what it symbolizes, but it is symbolic. He's like shielding himself from more harm or whatever because he doesn't like people. I really am not sure where I was going with this piece, but I had this idea of recreating this photograph for a long time, so I just decided to go with it. I'm sorry if it makes no sense. Carly is definitely the person Alex hates the most. They used to be very good friends, though it was mostly when they were high on weed. Their hangouts would mostly consist of going to their spot, which is an abandoned van in the middle of the forest, or just walking around in the city and window shopping. They had a very deep bond, but never really showed it, because they weren't really emotional people. At least Carlin wasn't, but Alex was actually pretty sappy and affectionate with Carlin. Like, he would give him hugs and be like, "Oh my god, Carlin, you're the best human being on earth, I love you so much, wow." But Carlin would just tolerate it because he didn't have any real friends, quote unquote, because most of his friends were like rich assholes. So he just tolerated it, but he really just wanted Alex to go away and like stop being so sappy and affectionate. No, again, just really much no. I hate this piece with all my heart. I was not able to figure out a back angle for the life of me. I struggled for like 2 days, so I just decided, let's do it quick for like in 2 minutes. He's like watching paintings or whatever at a museum. I really wanted this piece to go well, but it did not, and I'm sad about it. This piece belongs to Melon Soup on TikTok. As I mentioned earlier, Alex loves Spider-Man because Peter Parker is his transition goals. I thought about making him a Spider-Sona, but I thought about it and he would probably just love the OG design too much to dare change it. I added freckles to the mask because it would be too bland and boring if I did it. Also, I thought of something funny while doing this. His initials of his dead name are MJ, which is a funny coincidence. I hate designing families for my characters. It's like really hard. This piece took me a lot of time, but I like it at the end. I'm happy that I finally have designed a family for Alex, because now I have an actual design for them. Well, here's some lore. Basically, all his family is not supportive of him ever. His dad is really not supportive of him at all. Well, his mom is against most of the stuff he does, but she would tolerate it for her son. But his dad, just scares her, so she doesn't do it. Same for his sister. She loves him enough to support him, but she doesn't in fear of her father. So yeah, basically he has no support, no family, no love, ever. On that really sad note, let's go to the outro. That's all for today. I apologize for the few bad drawings in this video and the sensitive topics I addressed. If I addressed said topics disrespectfully or unrealistically, please let me know in the comments. Alex being my favorite character out of the bunch, I will probably draw him a lot this summer. The video mentioned in this video will be in the description. My other socials will also be linked in the description. Please go check them out. Thank you for watching, and thank you to Baby Carrot Art for making this amazing OC prom challenge. I'll see you in the next video.